Bye, Dream!
Wait, what?
What? Oh my gosh!
That was Dream doing his famous bow clutch. And this is me, an ordinary Blocks.io player. But in this video, I'm going to be recreating 3 of Dream's clutches, including his bow clutch. And we're starting off with this clip.
Oh my god!
No. Wait, he's going back to the base. If you can cut him off, he won't be able to go anywhere. Okay.
He jumped! Oh!
What?
Now, you might say that this clip is extremely easy to recreate, but it's not. Because firstly, there's no bone meal, so I have to time the challenge, and I don't even know when to time it. I don't know how long it takes for a tree to grow. So first thing I did was going onto Blocks.io just to measure how long it took for a tree to grow. And surprisingly, every time I measured it, it turned out to be about 1 minute and 15 seconds. It was always the same, so I got to work. Attempt number 1 showed me that I was only off by a few seconds, and this meant that I would only need to work on it for a short time, but I was obviously wrong about that. Attempt number 2 showed me that this time I was over the time. So this wasn't a problem with my measuring, this was a problem with my own skills, which meant that I would need to practice. And for a very long time, I just repeated the same thing over and over again, with nothing getting better. I was always off by a few seconds or by a whole lot. This challenge seems hopeless until I got my clip.
Oh my god!
No. Wait, he's going back to the base. If you can cut him off, he won't be able to go anywhere. Okay.
He jumped! Oh!
What?
Now, if you re-watch the footage, you can see that I touched the leaf. I stood on the tree. But after re-watching my footage, I realized that no, even with haste and shares, you can't break through these many leaves without touching the tree. As when I went into a different world lobby to experiment with haste and shares, it just didn't work. So I had to let this one pass. The next clip we're going to recreate is this one.
I was making a field.
What are you doing? You're our best player. Wait, he's doing it.
What is he doing? What is he doing? Get him!
Get him. Oh my god, he's on top of the tree. Are you?
Now, to recreate this clip, it was going to be pretty hard because I needed materials, and diamonds and moonstone weren't very easy to get and very readily available, except for one world that I remembered. So I quickly hopped onto there, got the extra materials, and went to World Lobby to recreate it. However, after placing a sapling, I thought the times of when this tree would grow were similar to anywhere else. However, when I threw my pearl, I ended up dying, and I now needed to craft all the materials I had again. And once I did, I repeated my mistake again. This challenge wasn't going very well. So to measure the time properly, I placed down another sapling, remembered when I placed it, and I found out that in a desert it took about 2 minutes for a tree to grow, instead of the 1 minute and 15 seconds I had previously known. So with this new knowledge, I quickly started placing trees. The first 2 I didn't use, but the last one that I placed gave me my end result, and this result came out way better than I ever thought it would come out.
What are you doing? You're our best player. Wait, he's doing it.
What is he doing? What is he doing? Get him!
Oh my god, he's on top of the tree.
Go! I actually did
That
it!
one's from TikTok.
Yo! That was perfect timing. I wish I had bone meal, but that's so cool. I did it! Let's go! Why is my voice like so weird? Let's go! Celebration dance.
That celebration dance was quickly ended by the dream boat clutch.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get extra dirt in case you need to build up and help Sap
Oh
now.
my gosh.
Bye, Dream!
Wait, what?
What?
Oh my gosh! What?
Now, here's why this clutch is so difficult. You open the crafting table, craft the boat, close the crafting table, place down water, place the boat, get into the boat, and you have to do all of that before touching the floor. Now, you may have seen other Blockstyle YouTubers do this challenge, but they certainly missed out at least one step, making this challenge much harder. On day one, or even before I started this challenge, it seemed so easy. So I kept in all the details, like how Sapnap punched Dream, and I simulated that using TNT, and I even had wooden boots in my inventory because Dream had leather. But attempt number one showed me that I should probably remove all those details. And that one attempt made me remove all those details. I got rid of the TNT, and I also got rid of the leather boots that Dream had, which I had kept as wooden boots. And I thought this challenge would now be much easier, except it wasn't. It was still very, very difficult. I jumped off the same platform so many times, and I landed on the same floor so many times, and my hope was only going lower. However, sometimes I got lucky. I got boats crafted, and I felt so good about this. However, those glimpses of hopes were only glimpses. They were only very short. On day two, I realized that being negative about the whole situation wouldn't make anything better. So I realized that I should practice this thing in sections. I turned my sensitivity up, and the first section that I practiced was boat clutching. Now, I realized that boat clutching was an actual weakness of mine. I was very bad at it. I thought I had already known how to do boat clutching, but boat clutching in Box.io was much harder, as it required more steps. And so after falling down many times and getting lucky and getting some good boat clutches, I finally felt confident about this step, and I quickly moved on to crafting. Now, crafting was where I got really slow. I couldn't do it anywhere as fast as I needed to, and this meant that I would need to grind it for a very long time, which was what I did. However, however long I grinded it, there was always one flaw that I had. However many times I fell off the same platform, I couldn't never piece all the things together to make the dream boat clutch. I would always try so hard only to touch the floor, only to not have a boat in my inventory. I was going nowhere. However, whenever I crafted a boat, I felt so good. Whenever I got so close to doing the actual thing, I felt so confident. But on day 3, I spent the most time I've ever spent on this challenge in one day. I was no longer confident. I even had superstitions that glittering inside Box.io would remove my chances of winning.
Oh, my brain's so
I even
broken right now.
started making weird
Where's my
noises.
water? Where's my water? Where's my water?
And though currently watching these clips make me laugh so bad, at that time it was more than enough to make me give up. So I gave up. I just gave up. There was no way I could ever do this challenge. It seemed way too impossible. There was no way that I would ever actually do it. It was all luck. I felt like I could do nothing. But the next day, on day 4, when I opened Blocks.io up again, I remembered this challenge. I couldn't let it go. I couldn't just give up. I'd spent way too many hours on this one challenge, just jumping off one platform that I couldn't give up. I'd spent way too much time on it. This wasn't something that I could just leave. I had to finish it. And finally, after so much work, I finally got